Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to episode 5 of the Phrasing Essential series, where we kind of just take a look at different ways of spicing up the notes and just the phrasing of your playing in general. Today we're going to take a look at the raking technique. So the rake is another fun technique that kind of accents the part before the actual note is kind of attacked or plucked with your right hand. And the kind of fundamental of this technique comes from being able to separate each of the strings before actually playing the note that you're aiming for, but they're going to be muted. So the kind of way to work up that technique is to kind of practice differentiating between an actual just downstroke and separating them. So obviously if they all ring out, they sound pretty much the same. So a good way to do it is to practice just muting all the strings and then play a downstroke. That's what you want, but you want to separate them even further. So just take your time and find that sweet spot time-wise where they're all just muted, but you can all hear them separately. And then do the vice versa. And so there are 3 main ways of how I use it normally when it's not on a chord, when it's on an actual just melodic kind of a line, and let's take a look at those. So before digging into the different rake techniques, let me know in the comments field below which one is your favorite and why. Alright, so the first raking technique is this one, which is a more kind of traditional way. All the motion is coming from the elbow here actually, and you're just hitting with that raking technique that I showed you earlier. You're just hitting that with the 2 upcoming strings. So when our note is on the G string, you mute the A and the D before you actually hit the G. And so if your note was, say, on the B string, you would mute the D and the G and then hit the actual B string. Very easy. The next one is combining hybrid picking with the raking technique. So we're still doing the same rake, but instead of hitting that note, you actually pluck it. And so at this point, the rake is actually coming from more of a downward kind of, this kind of a movement. Another very cool one. The last one is actually more of a hybrid picking one, where you're just plucking the first note, and then the second one is hybrid picked, and then the actual note is hybrid picked as well. And it gives a cool other kind of cluck, which is a cool different sound than, or. So yeah, that's just how I use the raking technique. I use it a lot. To me, it adds that kind of almost like a faux slide kind of a thing. I'm a huge fan of guys like Derek Trucks, and I think that the kind of slide playing of the guitar is just a different kind of expression. And to me, lately at least, it's been hitting my heart. And so you can see me play a lot with just the raking technique in general. Anyway, if you enjoyed this lesson, then make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you want to help support this channel further, I have a Patreon site at patreon.com/KevinEknes, where the whole Patreon community is helping each other just grow together. There's going to be a weekly lesson there. There's going to be a bi-weekly masterclass. Some of the tiers have one-to-one lessons with me as well. So make sure to check that out. And without anything else, I'll see you next time.